What is going on, YouTube? No, I do not currently have enough subwoofer junk sitting around my workshop, so that means we gotta build ourselves another box today. This time, of course, we are building the box for the two Sundown 18s. I believe this makes part 4 of my series that we are doing in this Sequoia with the 18-inch build on the Marts Digital 16K. So let's start building that, y'all. Real quick, guys, a reminder that at the end of this series, we're giving away this Def Bonds Apocalypse AAK 2000.5, of course, a 2,000 watt 5-channel amplifier. This thing is super nice. Retails for either $600 or $700, and Big Jeff has thrown in a good deal of swag along with this giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that. Of course, you gotta be a subscriber to be entered, and you gotta go like my Facebook page. I'll be posting the official details for the giveaway over there, so stay tuned for that, guys. Also, of course, gotta give a shout out to Big Jeff Audio. He, of course, sponsored the amps for this build, along with all the mids and highs that we got in the front doors. Yeah, big shout out to him. Of course, links to Big Jeff Audio in the description below. Another, of course, big shout out to Def Bonds, which is, of course, the official sponsor of today's video. So, super quick word from them, guys. Then we're gonna get to the build. What is going on, guys? Do you like super high quality, awesome equipment? Oh, sorry, not this guy. Sorry about that. But do you like super high quality equipment that looks awesome, sounds awesome, and outlasts pretty much everything that I have tested out on this channel? Well, if you do, that is why I love partnering with Def Bonds. I put all the Def Bonds subs through my most extreme test out of any sub, and y'all, they make it through, and that is just ultimately why I love them. Also, their stuff looks super cool, not cookie cutter whatsoever. Now, whether you want an awesome amp, an awesome sub, some great crisp door speakers, Def Bonds has you covered. I can't say enough good things about them, y'all, and I know most of y'all have seen the videos. You have seen how well these things do. There will, of course, be a link in the description below to Alfred Audio. Go check them out. We really appreciate them supporting the channel. Now, back to the video. Now, in the last video, we had all the pieces cut for the box, kind of placed everything together just to make sure that everything was working, it lined up, and it did. Everything seemed to come out perfect. So all we got to do today, guys, is of course assemble the box. Gonna be showing y'all that and showing y'all kind of some little tips and tricks that I have learned over the years when building the box. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, we have my bottom piece. I have it sitting here. First, we're gonna put on this big back piece. That is always the best way to do it, because in my case, the back piece is the longest solid piece. Goes from edge to edge. So we're, of course, connecting this next. So first thing I did, I went ahead, pre-drilled my screw holes. I put one screw every 6 inches when I'm doing these. And depending on your build, you may need more, you may need less. Now, one little tip I have learned, when I used to build boxes, I wouldn't use glue, I would just use silicone or caulk. But that's great, that does seal it, but it's not actually adhering this piece of wood to this piece of wood. So I have had some boxes where these screws have come a little bit loose. Get some vibrations from this guy, which of course sounds bad. So now what I do, guys, I put a strip of wood glue all along this. Really helps this whole thing adhere. Also, if you're doing that, you probably don't need as many screws because the wood glue should create a pretty strong connection. But this is going to be a decently big windy system, and we're only putting single baffles around the side, so might as well put a screws every 6 inches. The back piece is always the hardest just because you got to get it perfectly lined up this way and on the back. Not that it's overly hard, but it is the hardest. So once you get this one piece on, really everything else is a whole lot easier. Your next piece will butt up against this and up against this. So yeah, we'll do the 2 sides, then we'll do the front piece, and then we'll do the 2 port slots. Once all that is done, it'll be real easy just to drop the top on. So let's get that done. Okay, we've got all this done. Next up, we got to put in the ports. Now, this can be a little bit tricky to get, of course, the screws to line up perfectly. Of course, you can measure from the outside and get it right. But to make it a little bit easier, what I first like to do, of course, we know the port's going to start here. So I measure my corner, which is here and here. I then take this guy, line it up perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line right down the side of that. I've now got my two lines. I'm going to go ahead and mark where I want to put my holes. Now I can go ahead and drill through this way. That way when I put my piece of wood in, it'll be real easy. My holes will already be there. It'll be real easy to drill right through and hit the board perfectly. Okay, you can see holes all ready. We'll make it real nice and easy to drill in the ports from the bottom. Okay, now that the main portion of the box is done, time to build the top for it. Now, of course, we are double baffling this. The way I like to do this, I like to connect this first. A couple of benefits to doing this. The main one is when I screw this thing together, I can put all the screws on it and then you can flip it over so you won't really see any of the screws up top. Kind of a neat little trick. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got both of these together. I've got everything perfect. All the lines are matched up perfect. So I'm going to come around to the corners. I'm going to put a couple screws in it just to keep it all aligned. And then I'm going to pop out those screws, fold this end over, put some glue on, fold it back. When I put the screws in, it'll bring it right back to the perfect spot. We'll then fill in all the screws that I need and then let that dry. All right, I made pretty good progress tonight. However, ran out of wood glue, so I gotta go grab some more. Also gotta grab some brushes to stain this box, so we'll grab those tomorrow and get back to it. Okay, real quick, I wanted to throw this box in here just to test fit it. Obviously, as you can see, fits in here just perfect. Y'all, this is gonna be nuts. Cannot wait to have those two subs sitting here. Once I have my two layers of plywood on here, it'll sit almost flush with this, just be a teeny bit below it. One is nice. I'll still have all my, rear view mirror, visibility, all that junk, since this is, of course, my daily. But we really are using every inch of space that we can here. This box is perfect. All right, super stoked. This thing fits in here just perfect. Looks awesome. So let's go ahead, pull it back out. I got the glue that I needed, so we can go ahead, finish up the top, cut out my holes. Then we're going to get to staining this thing. Y'all will have it in here and playing before no time. Box all screwed together, y'all. This thing is solid as can be. Next up, we got to route around all the edges, make them smooth, and of course cut out my holes. Might just go ahead and cut those out, but anyway, we're getting close. All right, holes all cut out, everything routed down, test fitted the subs. They fit in there just perfect. So now guys, time to stain this thing. So let's do that. Now, I've still got a good deal of stain left over from when I stained this box. So this is what we are gonna use. And one thing I did not like about this box is it did not come out very glossy. It did a little bit, but could have been more. So I went out, got some warm gloss polyurethane to put over this once I get it done. So hopefully that'll give it a little bit more of a finished look. Stain is applied to the box. First thing we gotta do, we gotta let this dry. Then we gotta put the polyurethane over the top of it to give it that nice gloss look. Then I've got black paint to paint my port. And of course, the back of the wall there, black. That's really all we got to do, guys. Then we're ready to throw this thing in. That's right, y'all. We are getting super close to getting this thing done. That's gonna be the end of this video, but remember about the giveaway. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and like my Facebook page, of course, to be entered for that. Stay tuned for the next video where we wrap up this box and we should be able to get it in the car. Stay tuned, guys. Remember, as always, keep basing on.